Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yet another chance of study. This time you're going to study about Google errors. Of course, in any work we are bound to have errors in what you're doing. So these are man-made machines and man-driven machines. So you're bound to make errors when you're typing or using the Excel. So we have a number of errors around. So, and this time I'm going to look at a few errors which are common in all. I'm going to look at a few errors and in errors in calculation actually. So most of these errors are in calculation when you are using Excel sheet. So these features can enhance application reliability in a way that we need to improve our experience and also need to reduce on the time of producing good work that is without errors. And when you're typing, every time you have errors, it means the work you are going to produce you'll produce work in 2 hours which you would have produced in 1 hour, or you'll produce work which has a lot of errors and will not be interesting to those who will use it or your boss. So I have one of the pages here which is showing the errors, and I have another one which is showing the Excel sheet, where we are going to assume that we are using the math on Excel, and it's giving us the errors and how can you go about the errors. So now I have a class which I gave a classroom, and I've called it their marks, subject, names, and total. So from here we are going to have errors in writing a name, errors in mathematics of writing an invalid math operation. Then we have invalid value, invalid division. So if you look and you want to write, let me say, some mathematics, and you're writing an invalid number, of course we are going to use Excel, and what would have been manually, it would have been erase this. I have to erase this. Not seeing very well my computer. This is the active cell. So what would have been is putting equals, then sum, then would have been sum. So this sum would include this number, but of course already it is an error and it's giving me hash name instead of giving me what I'd written, because it would have been equals sum, then you add on the active active numbers. Either C4 would be here. If I had other numbers, then it would be O or D4, something like that, so that when you give brackets, it gives you the answer to be right. But now here, it is showing me that it is a wrong one. So then if we go to division, of course, if you want to make division and you are making no, it must be average. So if you are giving average, of course you have to highlight. You have to highlight and you give the average of that number. Of course, you can't have average of 0. Of course, that one can't happen. If you have equals and you're giving average of 0, automatically has to remain 0. It can't go to it can't give you anything bigger than that. Or if you add a log of 0, so log of 0 cannot give you anything big, still remain with the log 0. So those are some of the errors which may happen, and the same thing can happen on on errors in typing in values. So if you want to improve on your work, on your efficiency of producing an Excel sheet working with the mathematics, so you have to improve on, you have to reduce on errors. So thank you.